Kimi's just gonna be perma-banned for the rest of the day, I do believe.
You know what's gonna be perma-ban? Xbox.
Nah.
I think Xbox should be destroyed for the game because it's not buffed, it's not nerfed enough. They nerfed the HP. Yes, it's still not that. It's balanced. It's way much more balanced when they released it. But I feel like now they need to
Creeping
work
me out with
something.
the
Your team is
yeah.
banning.
I feel like yes.
Yeah.
Some of the ratios definitely were a little bit busted. Maybe they should tone down the shield. That will possibly give him a little bit more room to.
I feel like the
Your
damage.
team
The
is
damage.
banning.
Well,
The
I
damage
feel like
output
the
is too much.
damage is still okay. It's not as busted as Mr. Tarizla on the top right here. So we're
No,
gonna
fair
see
enough, fair
that
enough.
sort of ban that's coming in the way. Now, one more ban could be the Kaya, could be anything at all. But you mentioned export. Maybe Louvre might just be taking that off. But they were also dealing with a Hayabusa. Then that also caused
yeah,
them a lot of problems as well.
Hayabusa deals really well against Xbox as well in a way, but looks like they will be taking off
Your
the
team
Grok
is
once again.
picking.
But looks like Todak,
Cho.
they are going to be
Wow.
prioritizing the show. Flexibility
team
is
is
key here,
picking.
but Louvre Esports, are they going to take the Xbox for themselves? Because
Well-
I don't think they do, though. I don't think they will, but might be change.
Most likely they would go for it because this is the golden opportunity that they have. But I really like what Todak did. They merely insta-lock that child right there because they understood that they need a strong initiator.
Again?
Same goes to the side of Louvre. So Kaja, Chow, fair trade.
Okay, taking off the Kaja here, but I don't know. There's still a lot of heroes in the group.
Your team
Okay.
is picking.
Very early call for Leo Mort. I guess like this will possibly try to fare against a possible export pick.
Yeah.
Kufa.
Yeah.
Maybe they got
Your
something up their
team
sleeves.
is
They've already
picking.
brought in that sort of a Estes, so something that
okay.
possibly could skirmish well.
In terms of
will be great.
tank-wise, I don't think it's the best situation. Like, if you think about it, right? To kill an Xborg, you need mobility heroes. You need like Cho, you need Gwen, you need Badang to try and limit its mobility here. I feel like Leomon is great in terms of catching up here, but if you set up like a wall block, okay, maybe there's no Grok here, maybe a couple of obstacles right there, in this case a Kufra, I think the Leomon's just going to be doing nothing,
Your team
honestly
is
speaking.
banning.
I don't
well,
think that, yeah.
I guess all you have to do to possibly negate export from getting that sort of success is to really focus fire him when he charges right in, so that he'll lose out that Firaga armor before
Your
he
team
even
is bound.
managed to go
Yeah.
in with that ultimate to
I think
possibly
the
pop
key,
it out.
the most annoying part about the Xbox is not just the Firaga armor, it's just the immunity that after losing the Firaga armor gives you like, you can't be controlled.
A split second.
Yeah, you can't be crowd controlled and you can just back off from behind. Like the only thing that can actually shut down permanently would be relying on the Franco's ultimate, but even so, it's like you just pop up, you still get stunned from the Franco ultimate, but aside from that, it's not very efficient as a whole in terms of draft-wise here, but right now, leaving the Xbox here, I don't know. I've not
Your
seen
team is
Xbox
picking.
lose games yet, but I don't know, maybe I beg to differ. Maybe in low tiers, yes, but in top competitive yet, I've not seen it lose that much yet. Maybe because the hero is still new here, but Louvre Esports, how would he do this here?
Well, I think there's a lot of options on the table for the side of Louvre if they really want to go for, you know, Biggie, where a lot of Singaporeans really love to opt for that sort of support. You could possibly go in for that sort of pick to negate a lot of that.
Okay.
But this is
Your
our
team
debut
is
Okay.
of
picking.
Lilia, and I really like it because it offers
Yes.
bursts. It offers a little bit more room to breathe. You can just use that Dark Boot and just go
Yeah.
all the way back, heal yourself up.
A little bit more space as well, and,
And
you
the
can
skills.
actually reset the shoes as well, the blast as well. The shadow blast it just stacks up a lot of damage, and overall in general, as a mage, it bursts over time. But what I feel that makes it so strong is that the ability to play a lot of Ice Queen 1 and
Your
slow
team
negative
is
buffs to
picking.
try and limit the movements coming from Todak. But in this case, I feel like for me, Lelia is the type of hero. It's like a Diggy on steroids. I'm not even joking. It's a Diggy on steroids.
Well, I would put it as a crazy burst mage in the sense, but we're seeing a little bit of a different sort of draft coming in with Chang coming into the final pick. So
Lolita.
Meteor Shower, Lolita?
Yeah, it's a Lolita.
Oh yeah, the graphics kind of confused me a little bit, but I think it's gonna be great for both sides. But Louvre here coming with a sort of
Okay.
a different sort of draft.
This is-
I think this is gonna be peculiar to me because we
Okay,
haven't seen this
Contra.
work for a long time.
We've talked a lot about double mage setups, right? Todak is not going for a double mage setup. They're actually going for a double fighter setup. They have an X-Borg, they have a Cho as physical damage output, and they're going to rely on that final cushion pick as a mage here. So, this is interesting from Todak, but I think it might actually work out here. However, for Prasad Blu-ray, it's not over yet, honestly speaking. It's not over.
Definitely not over. It's either side taking this best of 3 series, and we're going all the way, ladies and gentlemen. And it's time to find out who will be the victor of this match. Will it be Todak? Will it be Louvre Esports? Drop in the comments down below. Hashtag Todak win or Louvre win. And it's just either side gonna be able to get this game in. We're gonna head straight into the battle. And now we'll see who'll come out on top.
Well, the next thing we got a hashtag is Rojak, but before that, we're going to be doing into its game 3 very, very shortly here. But you know what? It would be nice looking at us. That would be really nicer. Sorry.
Well,
Cheap thrills, ladies and gentlemen. It's cheap thrills.
okay.
You talked about cheap dates, right? You know, having Rojak and then, you know, in a normal romantic dinner with Moon, it's a little bit a cheap date, but that's why there's the song called Cheap Thrills, you know?
I don't think that song works alongside with Rojak as well. But
I don't
feel
know.
free if you want
It's
to
nice.
take
It's healthy.
your loved ones on the date. But I would think that we'll go for something more romantic in the sense. There's a way that you could still be more.
So you're saying Rojak is not romantic lah?
I don't think it's anywhere near romantic. It's like
Have you
smashing.
tried Rojak?
Oh, of course I do. I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's a good dish, but you don't go on the fine line and you tell the chef, hey, do you have Rojak? Oh, wait, let me put it on the table. Like, do you have sliced pineapple with some tofu smeared with some peanut sauce on top of my plate? As we will go straight into the match between
Contra.
Todak as well as Louvre.
I've seen that in hotel buffets. I've actually seen that in hotel buffets, but speaking of hotel buffets as well, we're going to have another pause here because right now, Todak, they need to cook something up right now because Louvre Esports, 1-1 each, both teams having great stuff. There are a lot of things in the line right now. It's their first debut here to show themselves why they are the best of the best of the best from both regions, sorry, both countries itself. Regions is too much, it's too big. But from Malaysia and Singapore itself, and here we're talking about how well Rojak is made.
Well, I think you're being pretty lopsided here because we gotta give a lot of love to Louvre itself. I mean, you go to Paris, you don't expect a Rojak to be there. I mean,
How is Louvre in Paris?
it's the city of love. Where you saw the Paris Eiffel Tower right there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
like
pretty good.
that's all the team is all about. It's all about the power of love as well as friendship. So,
You gotta bring Rojak to there.
well, you've been talking about it from the get-go, so why not? You don't want to take it all the way, right? So, yep. Enough
Okay.
about that. But let's talk about the draft that
the heroes,
we have because we see Xbox on the side of Todak. We talked about the high win rates.
Yes,
we talked
definitely.
about a lot of all these new picks coming in from the side of Louvre as well. I really want to see how Lydia is going to change this game and could it possibly work against that sort of a double fighter composition that you talked about.
Yeah, the double fighter composition is going to be tough here, but the only reason why I see it working out is because of the Xbox here. Because usually you go for double mage setups because you want to win the pre-forward or maybe transition really well into the mid-game here, right? Xbox is that kind of a fighter here, so it's kind of like a hybrid mage kind of concept here. His spells are all very easily, very low cooldown, a lot of damage output, and it works really well at early aggressions here. And based on the meta itself, we know first itemization is always going to be magic defense coming from the tank, right? But in these situations here, they have to think twice here because previously it's always the wizard boots for the goal on the shoes, right? Now it's majority going to be, I think it's the top boots. I can't remember what the name of it. It's the magic defense that gives you reduced crowd control effects here. And because of that, it sort of forces them in a situation where it allows your mage to come up online even more in terms of overall team composition and effectiveness here. But enough theory crafting here. Let's see how both these teams here will the guys from from Singapore come up on top, or the guys who call themselves fruits come on top. In this case, SpongeBob.
Well, I think it's fitting enough because like you mentioned the pineapple under the sea, and Todak is actually a swordfish. But
Really?
when was the last time that you
Oh, yeah, it
spotted
is.
out a swordfish inside of SpongeBob series? I haven't watched it in many
the bad
years.
guy. The bad guy.
Yeah, usually
A
doesn't
robot.
really
A
come
robot
with a-
swordfish.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Franco's gonna go
That's
in
that's
with the
that's why
charge.
we've got X-Ray
look
who
at
playing
that.
on Xbox. Ooh, nice reset there coming from the NAS. We know how Franco is very annoying in this kind of situations. It's mostly used to break the momentum or the flow of rotations here coming from the other teams here. And the NAS, right off the bat, breaking the rotation, denying that buff, early buff onto the side of Louvre Esports up top though.
That's right, and I think that this is just going to be a push and pull lane up into the mid, but Franco's going to be possibly trying to go in with some of these pickoffs here. Adam just by the corners of the brush, dealing a
Oh,
little
no.
bit more damage on Eon.
Eon,
Look at
Eon,
that
too
burst!
much damage.
Oh my.
But at the same time here, Eon's baited out a lot of cooldowns here from the bombs coming in from the shadow bombs here coming from Adam itself here. So the bombs is very hard in those team fights here. So rushing those fleeting time is great as a second item here. But as of now, Louvre, they need to be a little bit patient here. But nice block there coming from AY, blocking the hood from the NAS there.
Oh my, I guess like it's just going to be a little bit more of that holding on towards some of these points before they can even commit to anything. And
Turtle.
here comes the turtle, and the Nuss is right in the middle of it all, but Chico wants to go in for the pickoff there, not looking to connect any of the way of the dragon, but here comes the turtle getting secured by the cushion, hopping in towards the back, and that's going to be a big blast coming from X-Ray.
That's going to be a tough one here from X-Ray here in early engagement with the Insanity here, and this is going to get punished here. Nice Tyrant's Rage here, but Louvre will come on top. They had that for earlier a little bit here, but
Divine
now
Judgment.
nice Divine Judgment as well coming in from Louvre Esports, and they will come on top this fight here. And the secret towards Xbox, oh no, hold that thought for now.
Smooth moves coming in from Move, immediately wiping off that Kaya. I guess like he was a little bit overconfident.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, solo kill by Xbox down bottom here, taking off the lives of WQXD himself here. So that's going to open things up a little bit for him. However, Contra, you have to notice this here though. Like if you think about it, Xbox, you saw how X-Ray went in for the last Insanity as an initiation, right?
Oh,
as
yep.
initiation is not that great, honestly speaking.
Oh, Darkwood getting used up already, so that's just a little bit of that quick fingers coming in from the Lilia, but this will be the first tower possibly getting secured. Not just yet, but E1's right in the middle of the danger. Here comes the question, securing the kill, knowing that the ultimate has already been utilized, and Emily going in for the flank already, and they are right beneath the tower. Emily going for a WQXD as a little push and pull, but Moon will be able to secure them all alongside with double kill in the hands of the Gutchin.
Yeah, I'll back to the point of, oh, nice one there coming from top. LY4 gets a kill from up top here, but still, Todak came up on top with that here. Now
What?
Chiku, is he gonna get away with the dragon? Catches the tank, but it's only a tank here, but AV!
Turnaround kill.
Nicely done for them here, but X-Ray still out of control right now. Fire missiles being tossed out, everything's just gonna get shown up. This is what we call an arsonist right now.
Oh yeah, it's just putting everything in flames. Same goes to the tower, just
Burn,
collapsing
burn,
right
burn.
in front of him. And we see over the top side how LY4 definitely turned things around. I like the idea coming in from the Chow, trying to go in with the way of the dragon, trying to knock up the Granger right there, but just missing it by a couple of centimeters. But
Oh,
here
that
comes
thought
AY.
right now. X-Ray here getting
Power
counter beat
range.
here, but AY, can he do anything here? Last
Oh.
Insanity just blows him to smithereens. 3 kills right off the bat. A lot of spell wham being thrown in towards the favor of X-Ray here. With the Bloodless Axe, I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough one here.
E1 playing with fire right there, and we see LY4 just dishing a whole lot of chunk of damage. But here comes more of that firepower, but it will be that retribution to secure the deal.
WQXD with the Phantom Steed as well. He's going to try and clear off the creep waves here. He needs to back off, but look
Oh,
at him.
mid lane.
He wants to rotate down middle lane here. W Chai. Nice flicker here to dodge the final blaze here coming from Moon though. And it's going to be
Oh,
okay.
there we go.
Uh-oh, Adam.
Great dark roots getting used there by Adam, just about the nick of time. And this is the safety mechanism that Lilia has. And it really expended the moment that you get hooked is the way to
Oh,
go.
speaking of hook, nice hook, W Chai. Goodbye. Nice flicker just now. Not nice now. But as you can see here, you disappear from the face of the earth here as Todak will apply the aggression here as they are going to be leaving the export up top all by himself here, whereas the rest of the team's trying to go for a couple pickoffs here with the side of Moon here. And
Well,
X-Ray
is this
will
going
bring
to
it tier
be
1 up
that
top.
top lane tower getting crushed there by X-Ray? No contest whatsoever. Lolita slowly moving up ahead. And
However,
I
Contra.
guess they're just getting ready for this flank.
However, you gotta pay attention here. LY4, he's not dead. He's not dead even single time here. Will this be his first death here? Here comes the Firestorm here coming from X-Ray. Is it gonna be enough? They need to disengage here, but Moon will wrap around from behind, from downtown. LY4, you got gamed once again.
One of the best Gushing players I've seen thus far. Like, it just managed to pop it right on time. Having that hindsight, here comes Wave the Dragon.
WQXD. Here's another one for you, Moon.
Too late.
Get stolen instead here. They need Chico get some kills here. I understand why. Going for the Bounty Hunter is going to be very helpful here. But tier 1s again. Todak, they're in it for the business.
Yeah, we see that hook almost landing straight towards the side of Chai. And immediately going in for a little bit of an invade. There goes the turtle spawning in a couple more seconds as Ninas is getting ready. And
soon.
I don't know, you're not going to find SpongeBob home, but
I don't know, man.
they're just going to wait for it.
The chopping bot is real here because the Nas, is he going to go for the hooker? He's going to go and try and chop someone here. Last Insanity gets baited out here from Louvre Esports. They need to back out right now because no Feroga armor. He needs those stacks here. He needs those scraps right now, and Louvre Esports, they won the contest this year, but at the same, from side, from behind, E1 going for the catcher, Tyrant's Reach, where is it? But now, the burning is real. X-Ray, what are they gonna do? E1, he's gonna go down here, but X-Ray, he's gonna get his ultimate available, he's gonna go down, but still!
The steal was great, and it was phenomenal, immediately wiping all his members with a mega kill as well as a double in the hands of X-Ray. And Granger was nowhere to be seen, and Moon is gonna send him flying.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, LY4 indeed. But instead here, you saw how important Xbox needed those armor here. Last Insanity was baited out. But at that crucial moment, he got his armor. But in this case, godlike for Moon. I don't know how to choose MVP here, but Moon and X-Ray playing out of their minds in this particular game right now.
I talked to you about this, like, this is by far one of the best Gushing I've seen, working so efficiently, heading straight towards the back line, and it's definitely a team effort. If you look at the stats right now, 705 and 503. I mean,
we're honestly speaking, every season we see something new here, but season 4, where the stakes are so high here, all the teams are playing out of their minds right now.
yeah, I totally agree. And now, if you are from the side of Louvre, who would you pick to burst down first? I mean, to catch Gushing is really tough. Same goes to X-Ray. But if you got the choice between both when they're right in front of you...
Honestly speaking, I feel like Louvre should not even take fights at all because they need to buy time for the Leela come online here. And
Same
right
goes
now,
to Leo, Mark.
the Leela's got Ice Queen 1, but it's not enough. He needs the fleeting time. He needs a Lightning Trunkin as well before it comes up online because Leela is kind of like a marksman mage in my honest opinion here, where he comes up online a little bit too late though. But in this regards here, you can see Moon just going out of his mind, getting another kill as well. And I don't know, this seems to be game here from Louvre Esports because at this point, they need a miracle right now.
Yeah, I guess a miracle is definitely something that they possibly would hope for, but there's still a couple of options left on the table. They're missing off that hook. I feel like there's still ways that they could possibly punish them, but it will take a little bit of that crazy overextension from Todak to be able to do so.
Fresh meat is coming here, Nanas. Is he going to be able to hook something to cook up some rojak from the side of Todak? Because Louvre Esports.
I think I have enough
Nanas. He's gonna be finding a tank. Nice Tyrant's Red catching on the two tanks here. Last Insanity instantly bursting down. And Gushing will clean house as well. But Eon gets dragged now from the Divine Judgment here. Phantom Steed has been used. WQXD doing work here, but the Leela finally come up online right now. And Todak needs to be a little bit careful here.
They cannot afford to lose another member. Another member loss would possibly mean that they could possibly call in for the Lord coming from the side of Louvre Esports, but they're having their times being occupied just to defend the top side, and they are currently at the Lord, bringing it down to 50%, so no contest at all. This will fall in the hands of Team Todak.
Now the Lord is gonna fall, like you said. Todak is gonna be up for grabs. But Louvre Esports, sorry, they're not up for grabs, but Louvre Esports.
Okay.
I don't know. Rojak is nice, but yeah, never mind. Louvre Esports. However, they need to buy a little bit more time here. With this lot applying the pressure here, I'm not sure if they can clear the lot in time here, because LY4, it's a burst marksman here. As compared to Carry or Kimi here, the lot is not going to fall as quickly as compared to other marksmen here.
Well, it's just gonna take some time for them to escort. This,
I like
Lord
what
right here.
X-Ray is doing. Like what he's doing right here is not clearing the creep wave so that he can slow down the assault coming from the Lord, whereas the other lanes can actually push in time to try and gain some kind of objectives here.
Yep, that's right. And here comes the hook straight towards the side of LY4. Got him suppressed right into the middle, and that's gonna be a killing spree for the Tau. And coming from the back, it's just going to be the export. Destroy everybody, and Todak looking for the win. They have to pull them right back. Nana secures that kill for a team. And now we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1, but they still need to wait for the minutes. Gonna crush down the top lane to make sure that they have this one in the back. The cooldowns for the death timers are way too high, and Todak takes the lead. 2-1.
They're going to be on the side here. Great stuff coming from Todak, but Xbox doing fantastically a lot of work here, and it seems to be a struggle coming from Louvre Esports itself here. And you know, great stuff coming from Todak here. 2-1, despite being a one-game deficit here, they picked themselves up. They understood the meta. They just punished Louvre Esports all the way through. And like I said, letting the Xbox slide. Nope, X-Ray is gonna punish you.
This is such a great way to actually start off the season, and we see them giving so much respect to Louvre, because when they first talked about, you know, which team are they feared of, it is Team Louvre itself. And they managed to overcome it with a reverse sweep coming into the table, and Moon is the MVP with a total of 13.0 coming in for the KDA. 11 kills. It's just straight up solid.
Definitely.
And you gotta give it hats off.
Definitely here. Moon with the cushion. His timing has been spot on. They're cutting the back lines here. I'm pretty sure they gamed LY4 pretty hard in their game here. Despite having a lot of farms here, you can see it was just an outmatch here. I feel like in terms of strategies and understanding the game here, I feel like Louvre looks solid in game number 1. Game 2, shaky. Game 3 was just, I don't know what they were doing. Like, honestly speaking, they need to find some kind of plays here. But you could see Lilia could not come up online in time at all.
Yeah, I guess like it's really great work coming from Adam on that video. But let's have a look into towards the highlights. And I feel like the early pick of Vilmort was a little bit unnecessary. They could wait for phase number 2, but this is the place that we had a little bit of that sort of a push towards the bottom side to secure a whole lot of lead for side Todak. But over the top side, LY4 with the outplay match to game them right there. But this fight definitely, hands down, Todak managed to secure a really big opening for them.
Oh, no.
And inside the jungle is where things get even worse for inside Louvre.
Yeah, that definitely here. And at the same time as well, giving those early kills into his X-Ray, giving him the additional spell wham to give sustain as well, is going to make things a little bit even more harder for them to actually finish his team fights here. However, those team fights here, Todak, they still came up on top despite poor performance in game number 1. I wouldn't say poor performance game 1, there was a pretty close one as well. But Louvre Esports, they've shown that they're in it to win it.
Yeah.
They have experienced players here. You gotta understand this here. The new players are coming in. They're in it to clean house.
They're really hungry for the win. You can see it in their eyes. And, well, technically in the game you can't really see the eyes, but the skills were impeccable. And they took it all the way with that reverse sweep. There's a lot of hype being built by all these Malaysians about Team Todak. And this hype is not for nothing.
Exactly here, and not to mention as well, you have to give credit to what Todak is playing here. In terms of veterans-wise, we've seen a lot of veterans come and go, but new bloods, even Sama top players got a new, a very, very young player as well. I believe he was 14 years old. All this, I would say, younger players are just stepping in, showing them that talent is everything, and maybe that's what they're mentioning here coming from
yeah, I mean, not only talent, hard work and drive is what you need when you go into any sort of competitive play, and of course teamwork is key coming into Mobile Legends. Now we've already got this match underway. We still have more coming up, and it's Shopee Bosker versus Notorious Villains. MY versus SG once again. We're gonna throw you on a break for a little bit, and when we come back, we're going in for another best of 3.